Hi there. So I don't really know what this is or is gonna be, but I kind of wanted to start vlogging this. And again, I don't know if I'm gonna create a channel for this, if I'm gonna keep it for myself, if I'm gonna, I don't know, but if you're watching this, like, hi. So my name is Jessica, and I am 22 years old. I am engaged. And I have been with my partner for 6 years. We just had an anniversary, not 6 months, year anniversary. We met back when we were in high school. Well, I was in high school. He had graduated a year early. He was one of my best friend's older brothers, you know, that whole thing. We live in an apartment right now, but we hope to get a house. He owns a house back in East Texas that he rents out at the minute, and he plans to sell that hopefully soon. Hopefully, we'll see how that goes, but that is the plan. And then once, you know, that goes through, we can actually take that money and go get us a house, which I'm so excited for. So growing up and everything, I've always said I will never have kids. I've never wanted kids. It's never been a thing for me. I honestly kind of hate children. They're frustrating to me, and they get on my fucking nerves, honestly. I have a niece and a nephew from my sister that, I mean, I love them, but, like, I don't like them. Like, does that make sense? Like, I love them, but, like, spending time with them is, like, which I don't really, because I live, like, far away. I live, like, 5 hours away from my family. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. And the thing is that I'm good with babies. Like, I'm so good with babies. They're so easy to me. Like, I can take care of baby all goddamn day. Like, it doesn't bother me. I used to do that for my nephew, my sister. Her and his father were just, anyway, it's a whole thing. But basically, she didn't have anybody to help her besides me. So back then, when he was a baby, like, I would pretty much watch him, like, all the time. And let her, sleep, because she wasn't sleeping well, or, go do errands, or, whatever she had to do, I would take care of Tanner while she was doing that. So me and him have, like, a really great bond. Just once they start walking and talking, that's when I just get really annoyed, because they get into everything, and they're yelling, and they're screaming, and I can't deal, like, I hate loud noises. I get migraines a lot, so I can't deal with loud noises. I'm really sensitive to light. My eyes are really sensitive to light, like, things like that, so it's just, like, but growing up, I've always said I'm not gonna have kids. I have always said that I'll never have children. I have an aunt, my Aunt Jill, and she doesn't have any kids, but she has, like, so many nieces and nephews. She has a bunch of nieces and nephews, a bunch of great nieces and nephews. So she's like Aunt Jill to a lot of people. So I've always wanted to be like her, because she's very successful. She's got quite a bit of money. She's got a great life. She drives a Jaguar. She's just really good. And I've always said, like, I would love to have her life, because she lives in a really cool place, and she just, all these things. So I always wanted to be like her growing up. And we are very similar in our personalities and things like that. And I just always thought, I'm just going to be my Aunt Jill. I'm just going to, have a kick-ass life, do what I want, not have kids, and I'll just be like Aunt Jessica, and it'll be fun, right? Like, that's what I thought. But, so here's the point of the whole fucking video. We're getting into it. Basically, lately, I have been feeling I think the term is broody, which I don't get. I don't understand it, but, because all I think when I hear that is fucking My Little Pony. But I don't know if that's actually what that's from. But anyway, basically, I have been feeling really broody, and, like, I am like, I should have a child right this second. And I'm like, but why? Because, okay, a little more backstory. I got engaged in October, and it's December 1st when I'm filming this. And like I said, we've been together for a long time, and, you know, my fiance has always wanted kids, and I have always not, and that's been one of our main issues, is because I've always said that I don't want kids, and he has always wanted them. I've been more open to the idea of late, which I have told him, that I'm more open about it. But another thing is just, like, the whole idea of pregnancy creeps me the fuck out. Like, all I think when I think of pregnancy is, like, that Alien movie where the alien, like, shoves out of the person's, like, fucking chest. Oh my god, that's so fucking scary to me. Like, ooh. So that, like, really creeps me out. And because of stuff like that, I just don't know how to feel about it. And I don't know if anybody's actually going to care about this, because, I mean, the whole reason to watch, like, mom channels and shit is for them to actually be pregnant or have a kid or something. And I'm in no position to, like, actually do any of that anytime soon. Because, like I said, we're living in an apartment, and we're living in a pretty small apartment. It's only, like, 700 square feet. It's 1 bedroom. I mean, it's a nice apartment, and it's in a nice area, and it's, like, close to work. It's all the good things. It's just, you know, it's small. And we don't have, like, a lot of extra money to, like, have a child with. You know, we basically live paycheck to paycheck. You know, his money that he gets from renting out his house helps a little bit, but not a lot. And so, yeah, we're basically just living, like, paycheck to paycheck. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, I mean, we're doing well for people our age, because, again, like I said, I'm only 22, but, you know, we live completely on our own, we pay all our own bills, like, we both have vehicles, like, I have my car that I own, I'm, you know, making car payments, but I own my car, we have nice phones, like, you know what I mean, like, we're doing good, especially for our age, we do very well. Also, my fiance is actually starting a business. He's in the process of getting a loan for startup costs and things, but he has already done, like, all the paperwork and gone through, like, the, I don't know what any of it is, but he's gone through, like, the paperwork part of it and, like, the first part of, like, setting it up and having to, like, get in touch with, like, the government or the IRS or whatever that is. He's done all that part. So right now he's just going to lenders and trying to get investors and loans and that kind of stuff. And once he does that, then he's going to be able to, he's already figured out where he's probably going to put it. And the landlord will give, like, the first year half rent, like, half off of the rent for the first year, which is good because the first year is always the hardest for, like, startups and things. So he's already got that kind of figured out and everything, which is great. So once he does that and everything, and like I said, once he sells his house back in East Texas, then we'll have the money to go and get a house where we are now, which I live in Austin. I work at a bookstore, and I'm the receiver, so I receive all our boxes and everything, which is great. But I would want to be a stay-at-home mom. Now, I am a writer, and I have been working on a book, and I am 22,000 words into my novel, which is really good. I'm almost halfway through it, which is exciting. And I'm hoping to finish writing it by the end of this year. So like I said, it's December 1st, so I still have, like, the whole month. I want to at least finish my first draft of it by the end of this year, and then I'm going to let it sit for, like, a month or so, and then I'm going to revise it, and then I would like to start querying agents, which would be good. And that's like what I want to do, is I want to write books and stuff, and then that would work very well because I can write from home and stuff. So that's the plan with that. I'm on birth control. I've been on birth control since I was 15 years old. Right now I am on the Nexplanon implant that's in my arm. When I was 15, that was the one that I got. I got back then it was called the Implanon. And then when I was 18, I got that taken out, and I was on the Depo-Varo shot until August of last year, which is when I got on my Nexplanon, which my Nexplanon doesn't need to be taken out until 2021, which is crazy. I'm still kind of young, but at the same time, I'm like, I should have a child, like, right this fucking second. And it's really confusing for me. So, yeah, I don't really know what to do. And here's the thing, like, you probably will be like, well, you should talk to your fiance about it. And, like, yeah, maybe, but, like, at the same time, I go through these obsessive thought things. Like, I will get really obsessed with an idea, and then that's all I will do in my free time is just concentrate on that idea. And then it'll pass, and I'll move on to something else. That's what this is, because it's happened a couple times where I just, like, get really obsessive, and I have, like, a Pinterest board for, like, baby stuff, and, like, I look up all this information, and I read all these books, and I do all these things. All hopes up that, yeah, I really want a kid, and then later on change my mind and be like, psych, never mind, I don't want to do this. Because again, like I said, pregnancy just really freaks me out, the whole thing. Like, I just don't want to deal with it. But I don't know, you guys. But at the same time, like, it makes me really excited. I'm like, oh my god, I want to do this. I want to have, like, a kid. And I want, like I want a boy first, and then I want a girl. But, my dream would be to have twins. I would love to have twins. I've always wanted twins. And it kind of does actually run in my family. My siblings, that they know that they're individuals. They're not, they don't have to be exactly the same. And that's a whole other thing. But, yeah, another part of this is that I really have a shitty-ass mom. I don't have a relationship with her anymore. Her and my dad went through a really bad and messy divorce back in, like, a few years ago. Anyway, but, my mom, she's always, like, struggled with addiction, which you're gonna think this is stupid, but she's addicted to pot. You're probably like, how is someone addicted to pot? And why is that bad? Because pot seems to have a thing for being a lesser drug, but guys, it's still a fucking drug. But basically, she's bipolar. Bipolar runs in my family. And if you didn't know, pot, basically, it acts as like a bandage for people that have bipolar. So you're missing a chemical in your brain if you have bipolar. And the pot replaces that chemical, but the thing is that it's self-medicating. So every time you smoke, like, you have to keep smoking more every time to keep that same feeling that it's giving you. And so that's what happened with her, is that happened, because she had gone to, like, one of those, psych wards at one point, and they, like, diagnosed her as being very severely addicted to pot, and it was because she is bipolar, and it was replacing that chemical in her brain, but she was self-medicating. So, basically, my entire life, she's just smoked pot a lot, and she sleeps all the time. Like, she would literally sleep for 8 hours. She would get up for, like, 2 hours, and then go back to bed for, like, another 12. But anyway, I moved out and I went to college and everything. I came back, my parents were getting a divorce, and I started living with my now fiance, and basically, I had gotten a car that had used to been my mom's, because my dad had gotten her a new car, and I needed a car because mine had broken down, because it was an old, shitty car, and this was when I finally got my new car that I have now that I paid for myself. I went to go trade in the car that I was driving at that time, and I was cleaning it out, before I went to, take it, obviously. And I didn't realize there was an ashtray in that car because I don't smoke. And my sister, she was, with me while I was doing this, and she pushed the little button that makes the ashtray pull out, and there was a roach in there, which was bad. Which I had been driving that car at that time for over a year, and I hadn't been there. I had been back in Santa Fe, New Mexico, where my college was. So I had been driving around with that in my car that entire time. So anytime if I had gotten pulled over or something and the cop had searched the car, I would have gotten arrested for that, even though it wasn't mine, and I had no idea that it was there, because my mom did that, and that's just really fucked up. And that is the main reason why I do not talk to my mom anymore, because I think that's really fucked up, and the fact that she could have, screwed up my future because of her bullshit just pisses me off, and I think it's ridiculous. So I don't talk to my mom anymore. I don't miss her. I'm fine. I don't really give a shit. It does make me sad, though, to think, I don't know. But that's part of the thing is, I'm okay, but I have, all these emotional wounds and baggage from my childhood because of my mom, so does that mean I would be a bad mom? And is this one of the reasons why I'm hesitant about having children, because of my mom and how that whole thing has gone on? You know what I mean? So that's another thing to consider, is because of that, and I'm not sure if that's why or what or anything, but yeah. Anyways, yeah. But again, lately I've just been really feeling like I want a kid, and I don't know why. But I've been watching a bunch of mommy people on YouTube and just all kinds of stuff, and I'm just, but thanks for watching if you did. And I'm sorry it was really awkward and weird and all kinds of stuff, but yeah, thanks, and maybe I'll see you again in the future. Bye.